You guys done? Because we're doing this thing here called a show.
Oh,
all right. So over my vacation, I ran into a friend who gave me some grief. He hated my abortion joke I made. Remember that one? Knock, knock. Who's there? You'll never know. Anyway, if it wasn't for abortion, he said, he'd have no life. It's true. He would have been a dad 3 times over. Horrible. But hey, it's impossible to prove a negative if you don't exist. And they don't, so no Father's Day card for him. Which is why I love Planned Parenthood, who for the first time ever is teaming up with the LA School District to create an on-campus clinic for free birth control, counseling, and so on. This is probably because birth rates are so high among teens throughout LA County. Oh, wait, birth rates are down throughout LA County. Well, what could it be then? Oh, right, they're just giving mammograms. Anyway, what a great idea. As a young male student busy with classes, sports, and glee club, you just don't have time to figure out who to date anymore. The line at the clinic reduces confusion. Conversely, if you never see a female classmate there, you can safely assume she's no fun at all. Or worse, God forbid, a virgin. Don't ask her to the prom. Andrea, in the green room, you were telling me you love this idea.
That wasn't me. That was my evil twin.
Yes. What do you
I hate
make
this
of this?
idea. I think that there's enough pressure on kids that we have to put sex right in the schools. Now, they probably did it because they have a problem with teen pregnancies and they didn't want to maybe incur these costs together. But I feel like government does such a horrible job of trying to replace what the job of the family does. And all of a sudden, we're going to have invasive surgical procedures happening in schools. But wait, don't let the kids have a Coca-Cola. I mean, something is I think the world's gone crazy, Greg.
Yes. Bob, here's the thing. Birth rates are down, dropping in the county, but the clinic is in a poor neighborhood. Doesn't that kind of bug you?
The birth rates have gone up.
No, overall in L.A. County.
Overall in L.A. County, they've gone down, and most of that is attributable not to the poor areas where these are. The last time before Planned Parenthood, they had 31 teenagers get pregnant in that school. After Planned Parenthood came in, 9. It is not just, as you say, so on in your monologue, so on. They also do sexually transmitted disease tests, and they do mammograms, and they
don't do mammograms. Come on,
you don't get a mammogram till you're 40.
No. The mammogram.
35.
What's a breast test?
That's not till you don't get it till you're older.
They don't get 18-year-olds are not getting mammograms.
By the way, they don't do mammograms anyway.
Wait a second. I'm sorry, it's in our research. I know it's right-wing research, but it says right here.
Well, let me tell you, from a woman's perspective, 18-year-olds aren't getting mammograms.
What is okay? But what about the number who go down? The number of pregnancies have gone down. Is that not worth having in the school?
First of all, I'm pretty sure a lot of schools administer condoms anyway. Look, this is Planned Parenthood. Half of their budget, 47% of their budget, comes from federal funding. I'm against that because I'm against Planned Parenthood. They shouldn't be in the schools. They shouldn't be in the public schools, especially. You want a private company to come in and do it, knock yourself out. But don't make my taxpayer pay money.
I was thinking about that earlier, too, about it's a way to further claw yourself into the government system so that you can't then be taken out. Once these things are baked into the cake, you can't take them out. So it becomes part of the overall system. What I don't understand from the school district's perspective is why choose Planned Parenthood? Like, why not choose something else? Because they knew that this was going to. Now, maybe they think Planned Parenthood does it the best, but they surely should have known that
they don't have the money to pay for it. They don't have the money to pay.
Well, but then who's paying? The federal taxpayer ends up having to pay for the Los Angeles School District?
Well, to your point, Dana, they
give money to Planned Parenthood as volunteers.
To your point, they probably figured there's plenty of money sitting at Planned Parenthood.
Okay, well,
let me ask you a question. If you can have Planned Parenthood there, why not have an adoption service there? What's wrong with that?
Okay, that is a great point. Because remember, just a few years ago, some of the military recruiters were finally allowed back on some campuses. They had been denied that for several years, and people said that wait, what about what about equal time? Yeah. If it's a taxpayer funded school, then everybody should have a chance. So is the adoption clinic going to be on the same site?
Yeah.
But does anyone think this is crazy? This is school. Yeah. Kids are supposed to be reading, writing, arithmetic. We wonder why we're falling behind the Chinese, because this is not the job of the school. This is not their role.
They're reading, writing, and they're screwing. And this the reality.
I gave you the R word, the reproducing word.
I'm sorry.
That was a terrible attempt at alliteration, by the way.
If I could just say, before Planned Parenthood, 32 positive pregnancy tests in this school. After Planned Parenthood, 9. So now, I think that says pages
but I paid
about
for that.
Huh?
Everyone at this table paid for that.
You don't pay for that.
Absolutely do.
But they already have sex education in school. Like, why do you also need this layer on top of it?
Because it's a green job. It's a green job. You save on transportation. You don't have to go to the clinic.
This is a poor Hispanic
It's always a poor neighborhood. That's even more disturbing.
Right. Well, these kids are, okay, Bob, let me ask you something. The kids are also probably doing drugs, right? So should they give out clean needles? Should they give out bags of Coke or mirrors or something?
No, they should give out clean needles, sure. Absolutely.
Unbelievable. It's not the job of the school.
Well, the job of the school is to provide these kids a rounded education. And one of the things about this school is a number of kids in a poor neighborhood, they're getting pregnant and having kids out of wedlock. And this way, they're avoiding pregnancy. And that in and of itself is worth your measly tax dollars that you say.
I think MTV and People magazines just have to pay for it.
By the way,
they're the ones who glorify it.
It could be a well-rounded.
$487 million, Bob. $487 million to Planned Parenthood.
That's not measly. You tell those girls that didn't get pregnant, you guys don't want to do it because you don't want to pay a dime for the help.
Yeah, that's our responsibility, Bob. Coming up, a Massachusetts teen gets 2 years in prison for texting while driving. Does the harsh sentence fit the crime? If you leave now, Eric won't show you his shadow puppets. He's got them.